Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Joining me today is call sign Showtime. Showtime. Thanks for coming back, man. Thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it.
What can I say, man? I enjoyed the last time, bro. Hilarious.
Awesome, man. You're welcome anytime. So, all right, man, check this out. I got this crazy story for you.
I'm here. I'm all ears.
So last time you were in, we were talking about, like, there's these inter-military dynamics where, like, there's these little rivalries and stuff like that. You got the 101st Airborne, then you got the 82nd Airborne. They have a little rivalry, friendly, maybe not so friendly rivalry, whatever, at times. Same is true, too, for, like, different branches of the military. So you got your Air Force and then you got your Army, you know, and people get along, you know, but there's a rivalry there. Absolutely. So, and there's also this dynamic of leave things better than how you found it. You don't want to just clean and leave it. You want to try to do a little bit extra and say, that way, definitely you're going to be invited back. Right. You're going to be able to use those, because when you have these relationships, it just makes everything so much easier. Right? You don't want to go around pissing people off. So this story takes place. You have Air Force that are getting ready to go out to a gun range. Oh, God. And they're using an Army range, right? Oh, my God. They get in there, and you have these, like, senior leadership. You got instructors and stuff like that.
Now, was the Army there?
The Army was there. Okay, so like sharing it. They weren't using the range, but it was owned, and then they had, I guess, what you would call custodians. Gotcha. You know, they're office workers. They're just kind of overseeing the whole process and stuff like this. So you have, you know, the leadership package. They're in there making contact, and they're trying to build a good rapport with these guys and everything else like that. So they're seeing the facility. Hey, you got this classroom space, and then there's a port-a-potty over there if anybody needs it. Right. You know, no big deal. Okay, cool. 5 seconds after they're 5 seconds after they're there, one of their instructors goes in and comes back and realizes that there's new graffiti on the door of this porta-john. Oh, my God. Right? So, look, you can, I know there's competing opinions on this. It's a porta-potty. It's where you shit. It's not the end of the world, but it flies right. Artists, though. Yeah, it flies right in the face of leaving something better than you found it, right? So how are you going to explain this? Now, this artist drew a gigantic cock and balls. Was it a band? Like, it was not hard. It was limp. And then you had a Pac-Man that was coming after it, right? And gobbling it up. Yeah. Now, so, like, when you have this leadership package that they're checking things out, there's no cock and balls in Pac-Man. Damn airman. They come back a few seconds later, cock and balls in Pac-Man. God. So they're like, obviously it was us. And so they're like, these fucking dirty motherfuckers. They line up all the airmen and start cussing them. And like, you motherfucker, like, we need to know who the fuck did this. Like, we're trying to build a rapport with these people over here. Yeah, they line everybody up, yelling. Who the corporate is. One of the trainers pulls the lead guy aside and says, hey, it wasn't any of them, it was me. It's like, are you fucking serious? So now you've got two problems. Not only do you have a huge cock and balls and Pac-Man. Why is it always the penis, man? Always the penis. Hey, I'll tell you what. You might not recognize this, but number one, it's hilarious. Number two, this goes back to even the Roman soldiers. There is graffiti that exists to this day. You can fact check me on this. I'm about to Google this. They're not circumcised, but they would draw cock and balls on, like, So like they would go around. So this is a universal comedic thing. Yeah. I'll say this. There was some construction that was happening at my office, right? And they were taking out old desks, and somebody drew a cock and balls on the bottom side of one of the desks. It made me laugh. Why is that? And I don't know why it made. So part of it is, I'm imagining a grown man crawling underneath a desk and then scribbling out a cock and balls. That's for one thing. And number two, I don't know why. It's just funny, right? So like, but again, like there's a debate. How appropriate is this? Like if you're trying to go and build a rapport with some play, here you go. Like you're drawing a cock and balls with a Pac-Man chasing after to gobble it up and everything like this. Pac-Man is, for whatever reason, that puts it over the top funny for me. You're just adding a Pac-Man. Like,
Pac-Man the dick eater.
Now, fun fact here. This has nothing to do with the story. The original name for Pac-Man was supposed to be Puck-Man, like a hockey puck.
Get out of here.
Before they launched, they're like, it's going to be really easy to vandalize this. And you just cover up part of the P and make it an F.
Yep.
So they're like, we got to change that. So like these little graffiti shenanigans and stuff like that. I mean, I guess this is pretty universal. It goes back, ancient times and all that kind of stuff, whether it's funny. Whatever. But man, funny. I love that story just because it's simple. It's one of these things, like, there's obviously two problems here. Getting back to kind of what I was saying is, like, you've already started yelling at the airmen, so now you've got to back it down and be like, hey, never mind. Don't ask any questions about how this got there. We must have been mistaken. It was totally there before, and we just imagined it. So you're going to lose face in front of all the people. So, God, this cat, I don't know. He definitely had a sense of humor, but you're just like, just about timing and all that kind of stuff.
All about timing, bro. Listen, I got one. Last time I was here, I talked about, the sibling rivalry between the 82nd and the 101st.
Yes.
The Screaming Eagles, what they call us, the Screaming Chicken. And their logo is like the AA. So it was like, we always call them Alcohol Anonymous, But I want to take you into an event in my time in the military, I should say in the Army. Now this is not that deployment. This is like 2002. This is later in 2002. Actually going into 03 time frame.
Okay.
Actually, I should say no. It was 03.
Okay.
So this is during the time where we invaded Iraq.
Okay, so this is the beginning part of the ground war kicking off for Iraq.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and a lot of people don't realize either, man, that war lasts for about 2 weeks. So the 2 week span, my platoon being there, we convoyed all over Iraq.
Wow.
I mean, from location to location.
Wow.
There was no bedding down. It was like, let's get these Apaches here, let's get them there, this and that. So my team would pack up and go, and we move. And we move in convoys. Convoys can be, anywhere from 10 vehicles, 2 vehicles, 100 vehicles, whatever the case may be.
So whatever you guys have.
Depending on what we had.
What you needed to move.
Exactly. So we're convoying, and it had to be at least anywhere from 80 to 100 vehicles in this convoy. And keep in mind, too, we're getting what they call sniper fire.
Okay.
We're just taking shots from, we're not an infantry platoon, we're an aviation platoon. So this is like in support of the Apache helicopter.
Gotcha.
Now, we're convoying and we're taking sniper fire here and there, and you hear about it. Sometimes you don't even realize you're being sniper fire till you stop it, take a break or something. You're looking over your vehicle and you're like,
there's some holes here.
There's some holes here.
It's kind of like the cock on the
Exactly. Like, this wasn't here a second ago.
Wait a minute.
Where did this come from? Bro, and keep in mind, now, I'm going to explain something to your listeners. I'm driving what is called a fuel HEMTT. Now, for most people who've flown or been to an airport, it's the military version. And when you look out the window, you see that big fuel truck that's taking fuel to the aircraft.
Yeah.
But I'm driving the Army's version of it, right?
So you're basically driving around a bomb.
Yes, and it's carrying like 5,000 gallons of fuel.
This is jet fuel?
JP8. So JP8 is, they use it for the Apaches. They use it for the Humvees. It's universal fuel.
Right.
It's flammable.
Right.
It's fuel.
Yeah,
right? So
the last thing you want to be driving around in the invasion of Iraq. Jesus.
So during this time, me and my TC, which is my truck commander, had switched spots.
Yeah.
And we had taken sniper fire on a previous drive before. And he's driving, and this time I'm in the passenger seat. So relevant to say that I had shotgun, right? So we're driving, and keep in mind, you got to keep an interval from the vehicle in front of you because you don't want to be too close. You want to be at least 100 to 150 meters.
Yeah.
Well, this vehicle that's in front of us is another fuel HEMTT, but he doesn't have a trailer hooked up. We have a trailer hooked up to ours.
Okay.
And my man is moving. This convoy is moving. We're going up a hill, and we lose sight of the vehicle in front of us. for about a good 100 meters. We don't know where he's at. We get to the top of this hill, and when we get to the top, we can see this vehicle. He's like 300 to 400 meters. Like, he's a good distance. It's further than what we're supposed to be.
Right.
Now, here's the kicker. There is something in between our vehicle and his vehicle.
Shit.
And we're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, is this another,
everybody's amped up.
We think ambush, right?
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
just got sniper fire. We're thinking ambush. So my TC goes by the name of Sergeant V at the time.
All right.
Leans over, he's driving. He looks at me, I look at him, he looked at me, he's like, hey,
Showtime.
Go ahead and chamber around. And I got my weapon at the low ready. I roll my window down. I'm ready for action, whatever it is.
Right.
We about to tear up whatever this is. The closer we get to it, this object, we realize like, oh shit, this is just a civilian, and he's riding on a Ford truck bed being pulled by two donkeys. Like,
not something that you're used to seeing.
I look at him, right? Like, what the hell?
Like,
so we just kind of mosey around.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, this is just an innocent civilian. Let's keep moving, right?
He's minding his business. We're going to mind
exactly. We're minding ours. He's minding his. We catch up with the other vehicle, and we get our correct intervals. We're driving, I want to say about another 20 minutes, and we come across this stretch of road that was just riddled with, combat. It's potholes here, potholes there. Like, we're slowly driving, but we didn't realize until, like, we hit the first pothole, you know what I'm saying? And we're driving, and he's hitting potholes and this and that. And as we're driving, now keep in mind, the barrel of my weapon is laid up on the heel of my right foot. Right, it's just resting there.
Yeah.
And the floorboard of my truck was laid with sandbags to keep us protected from upward shrapnels and explosions and things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a way to give you guys an extra
cushion, pretty much.
Basically.
Here we go. So, man, we hit another pothole, and I mean, boom, like this big ass explosion.
Oh shit!
And we're like, what the hell? My TC driver, he's swerving the vehicle over. We can't see shit.
Right.
Hey, and with the entire cockpit is laid up with sand and dust and debris, and you can hear like shit falling, and I'm panicking. I'm like, what's going on?
What's happening?
What's happening? And like, literally, as the dust settles, I look down. Bro, I almost blow the heel off of my right foot.
Hey, that was me.
I'm like, hey, sorry, V. My bad, bro. It's like, what you mean? I said, man, I squeezed the trigger, bro, and that was from my accidental discharge.
Oh, God.
Right?
So you guys are all deaf now, of course.
Right.
Yeah, that happened inside
the vehicle, man.
God.
And I mean, we rolled the window down and get the dust out of the air. And he leans over. He's like, "Hey, go ahead and clear that weapon out."
Yeah, we're gonna get back to normal.
He's like, and he leans over. He's like, "I see what you're trying to do." He's like, "You trying to send your ass home early? You want to shoot the back of your heel off?" Just one of those things, man. That just shit moments in the military, bro.
Nice. Man, I just got this. I got a funny prank story.
Oh, I'm all ears for it, bro.
So check this out. For those of you who might not know, I mean, leave is a pretty big deal in the military. Obviously, you're going to work, long hours. You're going to work, holidays, weekends, depending on how you're scheduled and tasked and all that kind of stuff like that. So this story takes place. Shift workers, right? So they work 12-hour shifts, day shift, night shift.
Yeah.
And the way that you put in for leave is what they call a leave book. So basically this is like a 3-ring binder that has, calendar sheets in there, request forms and stuff like that.
Right.
Pretty basic. I say that to say, you talked about last time you were here, some quiet guys, right? You told me a little bit about quiet guys. So there was this quiet guy that thought he was a comedian. And I should say these leave books were labeled day shift, night shift, right? That's important.
Right.
What he would do is quietly, he would go out and print out a nice big G, and then he would cut it out just on a piece of paper.
Right, okay.
And he would tape it over the D in day shift, so it would say gay shift.
Oh my God.
Now, he did this for the benefit of, there was a day shift supervisor, female type, that always lost her mind.
Oh my!
And it was mainly just to trigger. Who the fuck keeps fucking with my fucking leave book? You guys you're so immature, right? Like just set it all like a bottle rocket, right?
Absolutely.
So, and it wasn't like this person made it a huge habit or anything like that. It would just like once every 10 months, maybe something like that. Just like, we're going to print out a G and tape it right over the D so it would say gay shift, and then just kind of hang back and wait for the light show. Just like, and then she would be ripping people up and down saying, you motherfuckers, like you need to stop fucking with my shit. You know, just all this kind of stuff like that.
Get that reaction.
Never found out who did it. You know, all that kind of stuff like that. So that's a simple, harmless prank, you know?
Yeah. Hey, with the reaction that they wanted, man.
Exactly. And that was, you know, like working long hours in the military, people get bored, right? So a lot of times like pranks ensue just for a little bit of entertainment, just because there's those people that have hair triggers that are just fun. They can really go off and it's kind of funny. So you're like, hey, let's slide them some material for that every once in a while. So that's all I got on that. It was a pretty simple one, but
hey, last time we was here, man, we talked about funny basic training stories, and I couldn't squeeze this one in, but I couldn't leave today, man, without going over this.
Let's have it, man. I love basic training stories.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm try to paint this picture for your listeners, bro.
All right.
Yeah, Fort Knox.
Okay.
All right, Kentucky.
Gotcha.
A lot of people don't realize there's basic training there. Echo 146 was the company that I was in.
Okay.
Right. Echo was the name of the company, and then the 146 was the name of the platoon.
Okay.
Or that platoon time frame that we were there. So Echo 146. Now we had this dude. We're gonna call him Private Green.
Okay.
Right. Now Private Green. Let me just kind of paint this picture for your audience. He wasn't the best looking dude.
Okay.
You know, you had some of those in your basic training.
Yeah.
You know, that I could go into details, but let's just say this: he had a face that only a mom could love.
Okay.
Real small, short guys, short in stature. One of those guys, right?
All right.
And there was this thing that we had to do whenever we had to go into the chow hall.
Okay.
We had to stand at the door. Whenever we walked in, we had to scream out, "One hungry assassin ready to eat." Like, we had to scream at the top of our lungs to announce our presence.
Gotcha.
Now, once we did that, we walked through that threshold. There was a young lady that would be at this desk, and she would take your name and your last four of your social, and she write it down, and then you would have to sign next to it, which would show that, hey, this individual was here, he ate, and what.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, I'm going to say this. This was a very attractive young lady.
Okay.
Very. And I'm not talking about 9 weeks of basic training.
Right.
We're talking about good-looking girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we got this short guy.
That's a bad combo.
Exactly,
her
right?
Working a basic like
exactly.
that.
Like the amount of dudes that she see. We're talking about 4 different platoons, 120 dudes apiece, and you have a shot.
Somebody in the HR department had to have a sense of humor, and they're like, you know
let's
what?
go ahead and
There's
put this
nice,
girl here.
attractive lady. These guys that can't do anything about it, or they get busted.
Well, you know, once the lights go out at night, they was like, let's go ahead and paint that picture for
all
them.
right.
So out of all the dudes in basic training, all the platoons, this guy in his mind, like, I have a shot.
Okay.
So we, one particular day, head back to our barracks, and, you know, we get that time frame where we get to write our families.
Okay.
And tell them how much we miss them and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Private Green decides, I got a shot at this young lady.
All right.
At the desk.
Oh, no.
So proceeds to write a 4-page detailed letter.
Oh, no. So he is not writing his family.
He is not.
During this time.
He is not writing his letter. I mean, his family. He's writing, and we're all, hey, bro, keep in mind, we're writing.
Yeah.
Everybody's like missing their family, this and that. My man is in a lab with a pen and a pad, writing down his Mac.
Dear Slim.
Yo, this is what it is, right? So the next day, we proceed to the cafeteria or the chow hall. This is lunchtime.
Gotcha.
And one hungry assassin ready to eat. Private Green steps up. One hungry assassin ready to eat. And steps to the lady, gives his last 4. And then as he signs his name, slides her the 4-page letter like he's a Leo.
Oh, God.
And moseys on about his business.
All right.
Like, here you go.
Feeling
take this,
really
baby girl.
good about himself right now. Okay.
So I want to say about 5 minutes into us eating our meal, we have a drill sergeant by the name of Sergeant Wells.
All right.
Sergeant Wells, Drill Sergeant Wells, as we like to call him, is, keep in mind, a full-fledged Army Ranger and trying out for the Green Beret.
Oh, God.
We talking about badass of all badasses, right?
Not somebody to fuck with.
And
yeah.
For real. This dude was not someone you fuck with.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, he's like, all right, second platoon assassins, everybody listen up, lock it the fuck up, don't move. Don't say nothing, drop your spoons and forks. I got a little message I like to read, and a poem I like to read to you.
God. Oh, God.
Walks down the middle of the cafeteria, unfolds the letter from Private Green, addressed to one specific young lady who sits there and takes, socials and this and that.
Yeah.
Dear so-and-so.
Oh, God.
You may not know me, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, but I'm Private Green, blah, blah, blah. I'm from with Charlottesville, North Carolina, whoop-whoop-whoop. And basic training is about to end in about 2 weeks. I would like for us to kick it together and this and that. And proceeds to go into detail about what he wanted to do to this young lady.
So he read the
entire thing.
Oh, man. Like, on the one hand, I cannot blame this guy for taking a shot.
Man, my man took a shot in the dark.
But damn. Yeah, like this guy did not have.
Where did it end there, though?
Did he learn about situational awareness after
I don't think so, Aaron.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you right now, Drill Sergeant Wells was like, go ahead, finish that food. And he says, since Private Green want to write his words, a lame ass letter, no game having ass Private Green, we about to go out there and smoke us for the next 45 minutes to an hour. But I lost count.
So Green was not popular, probably before or after this, man, especially not after this.
Blanket party that
dude,
with the from
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket, bro. We was about to get it.
You're just like, look, man, like you need to do this stuff. Like instead of writing a letter, if you really had to take a shot, maybe you just say something like, "Hey, do you want to link up after I'm graduated?"
Right,
and she could just say no. I mean, But
right then and there,
then you don't have a 4-page script of like lame ass letter to bust you out in front of everybody. Bro. That sucks.
My man risked it all on a 4-page letter.
Hey, man,
and we paid the price.
That's how it goes sometimes in the military. When somebody messes up, everybody has to pay. Damn.
Play us out? I don't know what that means to play us out. What do you mean, in the show?
All right, fuck it. We'll do it live. Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. If you like what we're doing here and you want to participate in this community, there are many different ways that you can contribute. First and foremost, tell somebody about the show. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you for helping us out. If you have any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, with their permission, of course, you can contribute those stories via email at stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. Or if you're not too good at the internets, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. That's area code 531-222-6146. That's right, we're giving away our phone number. We want funny military stories from all eras. So if you're not from a generation that's heavily online, we don't want there to be a barrier for participation. We have a lot of big plans for this show and building this community to support veterans. We will announce here soon, so stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go have a nice spicy bowl of chili. Later.